Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now.
Let us know, Steven.
I have an opinion that might not be popular. I have an opinion that you may not agree with.
Be careful.
But I'm going to say it anyway because somebody needs to say it.
Don't lose that Disney check, bro.
I don't think the network should have been allowed to air that. I don't think any network should be allowed to air that before the trial. See, you can't convince me that P. Diddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs, is going to be able to find a jury of his peers who have not seen that docuseries. I find that impossible to believe. But damn, should you be allowed to incriminate somebody to a point where it completely manipulates and dictates your opinion of that individual? And because that's the reality, I got a real problem with this airing before his trial. Because you still got to go out there and find a jury of his peers. You've got to find people who are willing to be objective and fair-minded and what have you, and be completely neutral.
Stephen A. Smith talks about the new Diddy allegations that are in the documentary. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
Get into the latest on Sean Diddy Combs, y'all. I can't avoid this. Yesterday, federal prosecutors in New York filed a new superseding indictment against Combs. The indictment contains no new charged crimes, but includes additional conduct as part of the alleged racketeering conspiracy, which prosecutors now say spanned a longer time frame of about 20 years. Diddy's attorneys responded to the amendment with the following statement, quote, "The latest indictment contains no new offenses. The prosecution's theory remains flawed. The government has added the ridiculous theory that two of Mr. Combs' former girlfriends were not girlfriends at all, but were prostitutes. Mr. Combs is as committed as ever to fighting these charges and winning at trial," end quote. Meanwhile, did y'all see the new docuseries, The Fall of Diddy, by Investigation Discovery, that's also streaming on Max? The series is a comprehensive look at Sean Combs' evolution in music mogul, entrepreneur, and cultural icon to many. The series also gets into his alleged dark side that includes accusations of trafficking and prostitution. One notable quote came via Diddy ex-girlfriend, Kat Passion, who alleged Diddy once told her, quote, "There's a little bit of R. Kelly in all of us," end quote, while the two watched the surviving R. Kelly documentary.
Yeah, Diddy's cooked. Let's say he has 100+ lawsuits out on him right now. I don't want to say it's safe to say, but majority of them could be true, allegedly. So we got to make sure we include that in every conversation. These are all allegations. But ever since that Cassie tape dropped to him, doing what he did to her, assaulting her, terrible look. He had an opportunity to maybe pay her and not have everything go out there in the media 24 hours after she came out with some allegations or whatever. He paid her and then the video got leaked. So just between that video alone, it's just making all these allegations seem true. Diddy, he been, causing a lot of havoc allegedly ever since the 90s, early 2000s. So everything's coming back to bite him right now, but Diddy's cooked.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now.
Let us know, Steven.
I have an opinion that might not be popular. I have an opinion that you may not agree with.
Be careful.
But I'm going to say it anyway because somebody needs to say it.
Don't lose that Disney check, bro.
I don't think the network should have been allowed to air that. I don't think any network should be allowed to air that before the trial. See, you can't convince me that P. Diddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs, is going to be able to find a jury of his peers who have not seen that docuseries. I find that impossible to believe. Why am I saying all of this? Because I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, he looks guilty as hell. I don't know how guilty he is, but I know that I'm not going to be on a jury. And I know that if I saw that 5-part docuseries that I just finished watching, and I was on that jury, I would walk in there looking at him like, man, please.
True, I get it from that standpoint, but ain't no rules to the media game. If they got enough footage and backstories and people to talk about Diddy, no one's going to care, okay, he has a trial coming up in May. Maybe we should hold off on this until June or July or whenever the trial finishes. Yeah, it makes sense, but if you're Diddy, that's what you got your legal team for. I'm sure they were aware of this documentary coming out, a series of documentaries coming out, but what can you do? Now, if they can prove that these things in the documentary are lies, then maybe you try to sue. Same way how Chris Brown, he's trying to sue Warner Brothers for $500 million for things that were in that documentary that may not have been true. So if you're Diddy, hey, get your legal team on it. Try to dispute some of the accusations, but no one's going to play fair, especially with Diddy. You got the Me Too movement. You got just everything going on right now. People are after Diddy. So again, it's a domino effect. You got one allegations. All of a sudden, you're going to have 100 lawsuits come out. So it is what it is. You got to deal with it.
Yo, this is guilty as hell. This is bull. That's exactly what I'd be thinking. That's exactly what I would be thinking because of the docuseries. In this country, you're presumed innocent until proven guilty. I understand that's for the purposes or the auspices of the court of law. I get that part. But damn, should you be allowed to incriminate somebody to a point where it completely manipulates and dictates your opinion of that individual? There is no defense of the video that you saw with Diddy hitting and kicking and throwing stuff at Cassie Ventura. There is no defense for it. He will never live that down.
Yeah, so
but a whole bunch of stuff on this docuseries were people giving their takes. I'm not saying they're lying or telling the truth. I have no clue. I have no idea. I'm just saying that for the purposes of the docuseries, I got to tell you, there's no way in hell you walk away from that thinking he's anything less than a monster.
Yeah. Again, I understand where you're coming from as far as, being innocent until proven guilty. But this is the day and age we're in. We got people that can make a documentary from their bedroom. You got a microphone, a computer. You can get all the footage and all the information from Diddy and make your own documentary. So this is where it's at in 2025 and the social media era, bro. Like, people gonna put out stuff, allegations or accusations on individuals. And regardless if you got a huge trial that could make or break your career in life, people gonna put that stuff out, bro.
And because that's the reality, I got a real problem with this airing before his trial. Because you still got to go out there and find a jury. You still got to go out there and find a jury of his peers. You've got to find people who are willing to be objective and fair-minded and what have you, and be completely neutral, basing their opinion strictly on the evidence that the prosecution presents, juxtaposing that to what the defense puts forth. And that is what is supposed to determine your decision. Not stuff that's happening outside the court and permeated and plastered all over the airwaves. Prime Video, 5-part series. He looks guilty as hell. I mean, damn. If this stuff is true, damn. But should we be privy to that before the trial with no defense for himself? He has to wait until he goes to court to plead his case and to defend himself. Trafficking, racketeering, people throwing out accusations of assault, etc. Even dudes. It ain't just women. It ain't just ex-girlfriends. It's dudes too.
Again, that's going to be on his legal team. You're going to have to fork up a lot more money just because they got to dispute the claims in these documentary series on Diddy. And you just got to, prove your innocence as far as the accusations that were already made in the civil lawsuits and the criminal lawsuits. So again, that's just more work for his legal team, more money that he has to fork up. Sell a couple homes, sell whatever businesses you can, because he's going to need multiple millions, tens of millions of dollars just to have a chance in court. Yeah, of course, the jury, they're going to be influenced by these documentaries. But, hey, you just got to, prove it in the courtroom that this documentary, this part was a lie. This was fabricated. If it isn't true, all that information, it just had to come out in court. You just got to, persuade the jury to be like, look, don't mind that documentary, or maybe they can have it to where none of that information can be used in the court of law. But I get the whole perception of people that are on the jury. They may be influenced about that. So I hear you, Stephen, but ain't nothing fair when it comes to the media.
Patting their behinds and feeling them in the bathroom while he's taking showers, having meetings while he's in the shower, butt naked, bathing himself right in front of them. Men and women.
Nasty work.
Damn. You know, when he said he was really effed up, it's time to believe him.
Yeah, he snitched on himself.
I don't know what drugs. We could speculate: weed, marijuana, cocaine, Adderall. I don't know.
Don't put weed in that. That's some other stuff.
He definitely wasn't in his right mind.
Crazy.
That might be a part of his defense for all we know. All I'm saying
Plead insanity.
is damn. It's very incriminating. And I find it very difficult to believe that anybody can watch that and then walk away saying he innocent.
Maybe
I'm
not.
going to find him not guilty. They going to walk in there. You know, listen, I wish I had the video of when I was on First Take, my day job on ESPN, when the Dallas Cowboys was losing, and they had that sister just sitting there with her face looking like totally disgusted, like black sisters can look, like our sisters can look when they like, you a sorry ass. You know, that kind of look, only the sisters could give you. That kind of look. I wish I had a picture of that woman as a Dallas Cowboy fan wearing a Dallas Cowboy jersey when they lost to the Green Bay Packers, when Green Bay gave up when they scored 48 on Dallas. That look says it all. It speaks 10,000 words for various different situations. This would be one of them.
In conclusion, Diddy is cooked. He's effed up right now, and maybe he can use that as far as his defense. Like, look, I'm crazy. Plead insanity. If he feels as though, and his legal team feels as though, I think we're going to lose this case, just throw everything until it sticks on the wall. So maybe he needs to plead insanity or say that he's crazy. Who knows? I don't know how the legal system works and the courtrooms and all that, but that's for him and his legal team to do. He has the money and he's going to have to spend it wisely. But again, morally, yeah, it may be wrong that all this stuff is coming out before the trial. But again, ain't no rules to the media. You know this as well, Steven, when it comes to covering sports, covering athletes. Things are put out in the media that may not be true, but as long as it gets clicks and views and makes media headlines and you can generate money from it, that's where we're at in this world, bro. Money talks and BS walks. So, and again, it's on Diddy and his legal team to dispute anything that's on TV, social media, documentaries. That's what he got the money for. And again, he's going to have to spend that money wisely.